This single statement of Momoshiki from chapter 72 can easily prove to be the master key to the time skip, along with a few more details that is shared about Boruto's destiny and two totally unexpected foreshadowings from this chapter. So is Boruto's fate leading him to a phase of depression that will make it easy for Momoshiki to take him over forever? And if yes, then how does it all fit in the time skip puzzle? Make sure to watch till the end to find the answers, and let's begin. Boruto's mysterious transition from this to this has been an engrossing topic from the early days of the show. The manga's comeback from the hiatus could finally help us to understand the fate of the blue-eyed boy more precisely now, especially the prophecy of the blue eyes that has been given a lot more context in this chapter. In an earlier video, I discussed how Momoshiki saved his vessel's life just to see him losing everything from the core of his consciousness. But now with this chapter, the true purpose of Momoshiki in reviving Boruto has been revealed. The demon of the blue karma builder does not want to resurrect anymore, but he wills to take over the consciousness of Boruto once for all. The Otsutsuki wants to see him losing everything and then take over his body, as he's slowly going to lose his will to live. When that time shall come, Boruto will no longer be Boruto. His body is gonna be in complete control of Momoshiki forever. The reason that makes this prediction even stronger is Momoshiki's claim that Boruto's fate has been already written and he cannot do anything to rewrite his own destiny. From this moment onwards, Boruto is apparently gonna take the prophecy of his demon seriously, as it's clear that his mental health is getting affected by this. Let's take a look at this scenario from a psychological perspective. Suppose there is a privileged kid who goes to a fortune teller to know about his fate. The kid who has been living a privileged life since day one is totally assured that he will end up in an even better situation later in his life. But to his surprise, the fortune teller tells him about the misfortune that will throw him into the shackles of despair and sadness, and there is almost nothing he can do about it. Even if the fortune teller was a liar, the placebo effect will still make the kid believe that he's gonna lose everything, which will in turn actually make him lose everything. When we apply this formula to Boruto's case, even if Momoshiki is manipulating him to believe his fate is dark, it's still gonna haunt him for the rest of his life, until one day when he will actually lose it all. Momoshiki even claimed to overtake him after the spectacle of the blue eyes would gradually make him fall into the depth of depression. However, before going into whether or not Boruto is gonna survive that sinister event or not, we must first figure out that what that incident could actually be. There is apparently a massive foreshadowing in this chapter that many people might have missed that could crack the entire time skip of Boruto. So to figure that out, let's say the event Momoshiki has prophesied will take place sometime during or after Code's attack on Konoha. That event shall be responsible for taking away Boruto's smile, and for obvious reasons, he must be really depressed during his time skip fight with Kawaki. The blue karma builder must be trying really hard to cope up with the heart-wrenching events that have taken place in front of his eyes. Deep down he knew these things shall happen, but he remained ignorant and chose to remain optimist, but he still ended up losing it all really badly. Before going over to the major foreshadowing that I talked about earlier, take a look at this scene where Mitsuki and Sarada witness Boruto losing his temper over Momoshiki's pessimistic reminder. This could also be a time skip hint about the original Team 7 lending a hand to Boruto during his tough times, but he will still end up awfully in an even worse situation. The Kawaki fight will fulfill the prophecy of Gaaraga from the anime. Getting betrayed by a close one will yet again be a painful scar for Boruto to suffer, maybe even more painful than the scar on his right eye. I'm sure the broken headband as scar is a part of the prophecy coming true, and is most likely given to him by Code, considering his huge and horrendous claws. But the main key to time skip that I think was foreshadowed in this chapter is this panel right here. Himawari talks to her mother about becoming a shinobi in order to help her brother, and it's probably the first time we have seen Hima opening up on this topic. Boruto's sister has played a vital role numerous times in the manga, but this time she is formally asking a genuine question to her mother, as she is not herself sure if she is taking the right step or not. If Naruto and Hinata allow her to take the shinobi path, then there is no way she will not be against the mini Ten-Tails army of Code in the upcoming war. Code even claims that these mini versions of the tail beast are much more powerful, so what if Hima gets killed by one of these creatures? That will leave Boruto in total despair. The way Momoshiki prophesies Boruto's destiny, driving him into a state of mind where he will desire to end his own existence just to eliminate the suffering, can't be happening without the death of a loved one. And since the writers have placed this scene of Hima in the same chapter where Boruto was reminded of his dark fate, can't be coincidental. Also, Momoshiki could be referring to Himawari when he told Boruto that his blue eyes will take away everything from him. So let's say we have found the key to the time skip that will leave the blue karma builder in a state of despair. But what happened to Kawaki? Why does he want to end the era of shinobis? Well, it's most likely because of the same reason. Kawaki shares a great bond with Himawari, and the vast incident in an earlier chapter further proved this. Soon after Hima's death, Kawaki will realize that the shinobi system is responsible for her untimely death. This would make Kawaki go crazy on this regime, so much that he would want to revolutionize it by his own hands. And by looking at the prologue scene, it seems like Boruto has finally regained his will to tie the shinobi headband and fight to save the shinobi system from extinction. Another aspect of Boruto's legacy that will also come into play by or before the time skip is the awakening of his pure eye. And as prophesied by Toneri, it will help him to dispel the darkness. But how exactly will the Jogan help Boruto to regain his will to live and fight? After all, it's just a dojutsu like any other. So make sure to hit the subscribe button for an even more interesting video on this topic. Also check out these videos for more amazing Boruto stuff. I will see you next time.